Chapter 2, the private bank of the future. Back to us again. Private banks, especially in Switzerland, perhaps have lost their USP. You know, we've seen the demise of secrecy. Can technology be one of their trump cards going forward, or doesn't that really fit in with the Swiss mentality?
Look at ultra high net worth family offices, which are global. They come from all over the world and they still come to Switzerland. But still, the capabilities going hundreds of years back, they're still around. But many of the talents, many of the capabilities are now outside banking or with tech firms. And I know many of them, they deliver fantastic, again, more initiative driven, but they have this software intelligence, and you need to build that in. And that can be also now part of our export strategy, because you know that Switzerland is an innovation leader, but it's always an innovation leader when we export our capabilities and bring it to fruition outside Switzerland. And that's what we have to now focus on in wealth management and private banking.
But does it need to necessarily be a battle between traditional and modern? Do you think there's some actual advantage in being a traditional bank with the history, because you've got all those old school relationships and ways of working with clients which now might be an advantage in going digital?
I would use a slightly different terminology. It's not so much, well, are you traditional, are you not traditional? We want to leverage our heritage, and it's deep and it's strong, and we want to be contemporary. So, getting the balance between the two is crucial for us. Now, how we digitize that experience, how we bring that whole heritage to life, incredibly important.
April, how can an organisation transform successfully when typically we end up with that conflict in the canteen?
You walk in a meeting and on one side of the table you have the hoodies, the guys with no ties, and on the other side you see the bankers. So the real challenge, as we've all said here, is to be able to make that into one brand. How do you take that brand and modernize it so that people don't see it, that you're able to take forward all of the things that have made you successful, but yet not only remain relevant today, because that's just one challenge, how do you make yourself relevant into the future? So I think that has to do with the people that you're recruiting, your ability to bring on talent that's not just financial services oriented, people who've come from some of the big tech companies and have had successful digitalization programs in other industries. For example, luxury brands, client experience. These are people who have had experience doing those sorts of projects, and that's infusing that into your bank, I think really can help bring those two sides together.
In this transformation that we're talking about, should we be preserving some of the old ways too? Is it the wrong approach to say everything old is bad and everything new is good, almost like the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of history?
What we do need are new leaders, if you want, or leaders that are seeing the old model and can see the way forward as well. You know, you cannot get anything done in financial services or in wealth management without having that technical lens in mind. And so I think yes, we need very strong technical leaders, but we need very strong business leaders that really see the business evolve and can bring the business model that obviously is the heritage of a firm. You cannot throw that overboard, right? There's no question about it. But we need to cast it in a new lens, and that is the technology lens. And so, again, I think people that can combine those two are absolutely in a good spot. The problem with this digitalization is that it's not a clear path that firms have to aim for. It's an evolution, it's an agile development. It's something that you're trying something here, you're trying something there, and you need to continue pushing forward. And so it's really, I think it would be so much simpler when, for example, you say, I need a new portfolio management system, I have very clear specs, I have very clear products I need to implement on it, and I go out and look for the best that fits my business, right? So it's very clear what I'm looking for and how it needs to look like when it's done. Here it's not clear. Here it's really something that is an evolution that is very rapid, that is unfolding at increasingly fast pace, and so it's really something that we need to respond to and build towards continuously, and over time you will get closer to a future model.
It is the pace and the velocity with which technology is changing today that firms are struggling with. It's not that they don't want to do it. I think everyone wants to say we are agile and we are digitizing, we all of these, But when you have very big scaled institutions which are highly regulated, you have certain issues that you cannot move as fast as the Silicon Valley firms can. They're not regulated. They don't have the impact on the systematic shocks in the financial system that they do. So we do. But at the same time, we want to ensure that the client experience at every journey is getting optimized.